All right, testing 1 2 1 2. Welcome back. You already know. All right, we should be live now. Let's see. Let's see. We should be live now, folks. Hold up. All right. All right. Hold up. Yeah, there we go. All right, there we go. So, welcome to the weekly NFL Breakdown Blitz. It's your boy Jay's Perspective, and we in here for another win, baby. Friday night, we got two college football games on. One is on right now. It is Clemson and Louisville. Clemson's up 3-0 right now, but we here for the breakdown review. We're going to go back in time for a second to week 10. Flash forward to the preview of what's coming up and talk about last night's victory. It's Victory Friday for my Patriot out here, folks. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. So, it was an eventful week. Let's just say that. We're going to say that. Eventful week. More can we say? I mean, huh? Mm, mm, Guys, week 10 came in with a blast, and let's get to it. Let me get to it. I'm going to run through some quick notes we made, and then we're going to get straight to the preview, and then we're going to get ready for Minnesota and Oregon. I have Minnesota and Oregon coming up on the game stream tonight. We will be live streaming the game tonight, guys, so you will get that game on the Friday Night Blitz. So thank you for staying tuned. All right, week 10. Week 10 kicked off, guys, and it wasn't just week 10. It was the week that set us up for where we're at right now. It was the week that brought us in what how can I say a new understanding. Teams have now begun to separate themselves, some better than others. So week 10 didn't walk into the NFL season quietly. No, it kicked the damn door in, guys. The contenders flexed, the pretenders crumbled. And a few teams found out exactly who they are, whether they wanted the truth or not. So welcome to the Clutch Sports Media 365 weekly NFL Blitz, where we don't sugarcoat, we don't hold back, and we don't miss a good storyline. I'm your host, your bestie, and the guy who's going to tell you what your team did right and absolutely tell you what they screwed up. Let's jump right into the fire. The headlines that shook the league. Colts win in Berlin in a thriller. It was back and forth. It was Indy. It was Atlanta. You win. No, you win. You go. No, you go. Took it to overtime, 31-26. It was the coach, Jonathan Taylor, went full cheat code. 244, 3 touchdowns, broke 2 tackles before most of us finished our morning coffee and also ran himself into the MVP topic of conversation, which has now heated up, especially since last night's game. And guys, the coach just loudly declared, "We are not going away," especially after losing the game and coming back and saying, "You know what? We'll take the show on the road." And battling with Atlanta. Atlanta has some question marks. What happened? You were there. But it all fell apart. I mean, it where what happened? Like I wanted to know what happened, honestly. However, all right. So guys, Miami and the Bills. The Bills got upset. We want to know what's going on in Buffalo. They've had an opportunity to fix some stuff, and it seems that it's not getting fixed. No. All right, so hold on, trying to make sure we got everything good, making sure our stream was good. This is why. All right, so our Rumble stream was moved. Okay, no problem. We'll fix that later. All right, guys. So Miami Buffalo 30-13. The Bills got handled, not beaten, handled on both sides. Devin A. Chan turned into a track star, 174 on the ground, 2 touchdowns, and Miami ran into a lead and never took their foot off the gas. And the defense came and they handled business. They literally finished the Bills. And I mean, guys, it was whoa. I was like, is this really, could this really be that bad? Like, what the hell happened? But they really locked it down. And then we had the Patriots prior to beating the Jets last night. They had to take the road, show on the road, and that's when Trevion Henderson came alive, who was going to be our clutch rookie player of the week, because this young man not only came alive, he came into his own 55-yard touchdown run, 69-yard touchdown run. Kyle Williams had a run. I mean, guys, defense came through clutch when we needed them, and it was just a full onslaught. Patriots definitely came through clutch. The Rams, their team that we all slept on, unfortunately, and I mean, it kind of got to the point where we kind of got to wonder what is going on with them. But it is what it is. It is what it is with them. 49ers, they're banged up. Mac Jones has done a good job. He's done a real good job with what he has to work with. But Stafford and the Rams turned into assassins, dicing, slicing, making throws that should honestly be illegal in 12 states. The Rams just did not beat the Niners, guys. They bullied them. They took over and did exactly what they needed to do. And that's exactly what we saw happen with them. And I mean, listen, make no claims. The Rams are one of the best teams, and in our upcoming preview, they have to take on another worthy opponent from the same division, one of the top dogs in the league. Then we got Bears staging a comeback against the Giants. Now the Giants did lose Jackson Dart to a concussion. They also lost Cam Scatterboo a week prior. They lost Nick Neighbors, so they're already banged up. And then on top of that, they fired the head coach. So yes, the Giants are now starting Jameis Winston this weekend. This should be an interesting turn of events, because when we look into the preview of what's coming up, we're going to also have this debate again, this topic. But the Giants fall to the Bears, Caleb Williams, and the Bears pull off an upset, ladies and gentlemen, and week 10 just got way more interesting, especially with the Chicago Bears pulling off that and taking first place in the division. Shocking. I know it is, but hey, this is the NFL, not for long. We're going inside. The Dolphins' run game became a real problem for defenses. Buffalo defense got pushed around like it was a preseason scrimmage. The Colts might be the league's best kept secret. Their offensive line is playing like old school bullies. Now, in NFC Insider takeaways, guys, we need to know the Rams' offense is officially fully operational. McVay, he's drawing up plays in the dirt, and they're all working. The Niners' defense has cracks, big ones, especially when that front four gets tired. Now, the Lions and Eagles quietly did business and walked out with grown man wins. Seahawks are trending up. Pete Carroll must be eating stress-proof Skittles. He got to be doing something because after what happened to that loss to the Broncos, you got to wonder. That game was handed to him. Penalties, takeaways, killed that game. That's how we started the week off. We started off with a defensive game between Broncos and Raiders. Then we had some moments in the game where it looked like things could go one way, and then Ashton Genty scored, and then the Raiders had penalties that drawed consequences. Run call back that could have potentially been positive. A missed field goal. Then they had a touchdown that was called back, and it's like, oh my goodness. They even had a turnover where they still couldn't do nothing with it. And then Gino does the one thing he does, turn the ball over. Now, our clutch players of the week, guys, are going to be Jonathan Taylor for the Colts. This wasn't a performance. This was a statement on turf. The Dolphins, Jordan Brooks, 12 tackles, 1 forced fumble, tone-setting violence. Rookie of the week, Trayvecta Henderson for the Patriots. Welcome to the league, kid. You already look like a franchise changer. Guys, the Colts stock is up. Dolphins confidence meter has rose. Patriots youth movement and the Rams vertical attack. Those guys are looking like the stock is rising. You got to admit, those teams right there giving you a better chance at watching a good game. They also have a good offense. They also have poise, and they also have direction. Stock down right now, per Bills. I mean, they said the window was closing, but you can tell when the team's window is closing. They start playing like hot garbage. And the Bills play like hot garbage against a team that they owned for the last few years. And now that kryptonite, that cape has holes in it. Now your stock is down. Your stock has not rose, number 2. The Giants offense is stalled on the hill. Cam Scatterboo, he went down. Jackson Dart got injured. Now you have no head coach. And now we have an interim head coach. He steps in, and we want to see what he's going to do. Immediately, he says, you know what? Jameis, you're in there, starting. But we got to wait for this show here. It's going to be a good show. Jameis Winston gets his start. 49ers, they get Brock Purdy back finally. He's back. Mac Jones can rest. He can get healthy again because the man is beat up, y'all. He's beat up. But you want your backup to be tough and also available to get you wins. Not just come in there and do a job mediocre, get you no, you want him to come in there and run and get you wins. Falcons, consistency. That's the word for y'all. You have Carolina coming up on the radar. You gotta get, because guys, you're coming on a 2-game losing streak. You lost to the Patriots. Then you go across the ocean and you lay a turd in overtime to a team that you had when I looked up as I was getting my stream set up for Sunday Funday, guys, I was like, "Oh, the Falcons about to pull off an upset." And then I went back and I looked just to check the score, and the Falcons had lost. I was like, "Wow." Um, like I said, Dayball has been fired. We might be looking at McDaniel saving himself from a hot seat. Um, Still on the hot seat though. They fired their GM Chris Greer, so Miami made a move. Um, Giants got Kafka as their interim head coach. Belichick does not want the job. Daboll's reported to be an interesting candidate for the Penn State job. So he may take a time and step back to a simpler position like coaching college. You never know. But guys, the NFC elite teams that are starting to separate are Rams, Lions, Eagles, and Niners when they remember how to tackle. And when they get healthy, the Niners will be right there front and center with the because that division has Rams, Seahawks, and Niners. Three teams. Then you have NFC North Packers, Minnesota, Bears, Lions. I mean, you got a whole onslaught of different dynamics. I mean, gosh, there's so much. And this week right here, week 10, as we get ready for week 11, when I get to the preview part, this is what I'm telling you. When we get to the preview, you're going to see exactly what I'm saying. Because it's like, wait a minute. How we get there? Um, Week 10 changed the tone of the season. I remember that, guy. I want y'all to remember that. Now, week 10 was a mirror. Some teams saw strengths, some saw flaws, some saw hopes, and a few saw harsh reality of what they truly are. But in the NFL, redemption is always 7 days away. So as we get ready for week 11, let's take a page out of the yield book and let's say, not for long. NFL, folks. NFL. Okay. Now, as we get to the preview section, let me get over here. Let me get to the preview section. Let me get over into the old preview section. Okay. All right, here we go. Now, as you can see clearly on our paint on our right up here, guys. Aaron Glenn is reevaluating. So last night, in case y'all didn't know, last night, let me put this on stage, bring this up onto the stage. And you go right there. That's last night's game. So hold on, cut this on so I can talk about this in front of you. Go Pats! Like, follow, and sub. And remember, go Pats. Stay tuned, stay clutch. We kicked off week 11 with the Patriots hosting the Jets in Foxborough. Yes, coming off a roll win in Tampa. Yes, knowing this was a short week. Yes, knowing this is a division rival. Yes, Jets coming in with a little hot streak. Yes, I know they feeling themselves. They thought, okay, we about to do something. Okay, what we thought. So when we get to Thursday night, they come in. They like, all right, this is what it is. Okay, no problem. Now we own this game. They had the opening drive. They ran the ball down the field. Nice run job. Ran it in with Justin Fields. After that, the Patriots took over. They had a John Mechie touchdown where the defender, I forgot who it was, he slipped and fell down, and that's what gave them no man open. And it's like, okay, all right. So 14 points. But after that, there was nothing else. Justin Fields only had 116 yards passing in the game last night. Drake May had 281 and a touchdown. Travion Henderson ran for 2 and caught one by air. Andy missed the kick, and then he came back and he made another kick. So that lets you know right there. Last night, the Patriots increased their win streak. and also crossed over to the 9-2. We haven't had a winning season in 4 years. We were 4-13, 4 wins, but 4 years it took us to get back to a winning season. Now we're 9-2 on top of the NFL. And as we get ready for week 11 here is about to be exciting because now you're trying to stay in, you're trying to get like Buffalo coming off a loss. They definitely trying to get back into the win column. Miami trying to keep the momentum going. Carolina, who lost to the Saints, we're like, whoa, what happened? Cowboys, who's on a bye week, Green Bay needs a win. Chicago trying to stay on their heater and their tangent. But let's look at these games right here. All right, so Sunday Fun Day, guys, is going to kick off. We got Packers and Giants. Packers taking the show on the road. They get to go up there to East Rutherford to MetLife. There's no Jackson Dart. We got Jameis Winston. So Jameis is going to be out there airing it out. And the Giants have a put together ride. I'm quite sure the interim Kafka, he's going to have a game plan. The Packers, we want to see y'all put a game plan together where it's not what we see in the last few weeks. Because, I mean, you look good against Pittsburgh. You look good. And then after that, it's like, what happened? Then we got Bengals and Steelers. We get the divisional game between the Steelers and Bengals round 2. Pittsburgh gets them to Acrisure, and guess what? I'm quite sure this time around Aaron Rodgers says, you know what? Nah, it ain't going to be none of that, what y'all did last time. Nope, no, sir. This is not happening this time. So, with that being said, you can get ready for some fireworks for right now because Pittsburgh trying to stay ahead of the pack in their division, and a win for the Steelers keeps them at 6-4, and especially with the Browns and Ravens facing off, which is our next game at 3:25, and the Browns lose to the Ravens. Well, the Ravens are going 5-5. Steelers lose, they're tied for first place. Bengals, they're having a chance because Joe Burrow is limited practice, right? So it's ways that you can look at how the Steelers and the Bengals game can impact that AFC North, but the Ravens need to win, and pretty much they want the Steelers to lose so they can get right back into the thick of things. Then we have 7:20, Sunday night, Fun Day night. We have Lions and Eagles. Eagles coming off of a not so stellar performance. Lions beat up on the Commanders. Yes, but I'm with a lot of what the talking heads said. I want to see the Lions come out there and just start to finish play with that ferocity that they have and that they can play with, especially against the Eagles, because the Eagles are a team that definitely wins. And they're 7-2, 3-1 at home. Lions 6-3, and definitely trying to stay on top because guess what? They're chasing the Bears right now. We got Washington Commanders and the Dolphins. This game is going to be in Santiago and Madrid, Spain. That's going to be the early game Sunday. It's our last and final game for the whole international NFL experience. Commanders and Dolphins. Dolphins coming off a beatdown of the Bills, so their confidence is up there. Commanders trying to find something to stand on. Like they need something to hold on to because right now it's not looking good. They didn't have Scary Terry pretty much the entire year. Him and Dayton Daniels haven't been on the same page or on the same field. Then the injuries mount up. So while he doesn't have his weapons, he gets injured. So then the weapons come back, but he's not there. And now you want Mariota to run it. It's just a crazy time for the Commanders right now. And it sucks because we had such high hopes for them. And 3-7 right now, the Giants and the Cowboys and the Commanders are all looking up at the Eagles. Now, then we go to the NFC South, where we got the Panthers and Falcons. Now, remember a couple weeks ago, the Panthers shocked us all, 30-0, blank the Falcons, 30-0. We was all in here like, wait a minute, am I had to scratch my head and be like, is that true? Maybe I'm just tripping. Maybe that's Then when I seen the final, and then you go back and you watch the highlights, I'm like, they really did. Wow, Bryson and really came. So now they're on the road, Panthers, after losing at home to the Saints, where the first time ever this season, well, not really, but they came in favored it. I know that's not a word, but favored it to beat the Saints with Tyler Shuck and that offense. But instead, they lose. I was shocked too. I was like, wait a minute. But it was an off day for the Panthers. Now, can they turn it around? Because the Falcons coming off that overtime thriller and from overseas, and they should kind of have some energy because now you have a pretty much easier opponent. You're 3-6. Panthers are 5-5. They're trying to stay right there with the Bucks. The Bucks have the Bills. Now, the Bills, and it's a non-conference thing. So Bucks lose 6-4, right? Panthers win, they go 6-5. So they're still right there. But if they lose and the Bucks win, well, let's just say there's still a gap right there. And it's still gonna come down to these two ultimately probably facing each other anyway. So Bills and the Buccaneers is your next game. And guys, this could not be a time for Baker to find something. And I think Bucky is limited in practice. I think Godwin was at practice, but limited. I don't know if he's going to be back. But the Bucks are still trying to put their pieces back together on the field. And when they do, I hope it's not too late. I hope it's not too late. Even though they can pretty much lose this game and still be in control of the NFC South and still have a good run. Now the Bills, they're trying to stay on the heels of New England. At 6-3 with a loss to Miami, they definitely need something to stand on, and they're looking to be like, wait. Don't leave us. Wait, hold on. This is our division. This is what we're supposed to be. This is supposed to be our year. I know. I understand. But, sir, somebody should have passed you the memo. Your windows may have been closed. Then, guys, we go to Tennessee, who hasn't won a game except when they got lucky over Arizona. And that was kind of crazy. But they have to take on the Texans, who don't have C.J. Stroud, who have fought to come back. And that was Davy Mills, right? Mills. So this is an AFC South matchup. Do I think Cam Ward and that offense can do anything this year? Not really. This is anybody's game, but most likely I'm leaning towards the Texans. Just keeping it real. Texans are 4-5. They have a chance to get back in this thing if they can win. Tennessee 1-8, 0-4. They ain't not. No, it's just ugly right now. Tennessee and Bears and Vikings. Bears 6-3, 3-2. Vikings coming in. Where is 9? Did somebody find 9? I can't see you. 9. Okay. 9 failed to turn his alter ego on the other game. And, well, let's just say it didn't work out. And the Ravens might just be back. Lamar and the Ravens might just be back. We said that they had to win, and they made sacrifices to win. Meaning the Vikings have been waiting for their rookie. He's not a rookie, but technically he didn't play his rookie season. But they've been waiting for JJ McCarthy to get back on the field. And he comes in, and now Caleb takes the show on the road. Now, this is a rematch because you remember this is where JJ broke his little cherry on the Bears and got that win. And we was like, oh, Jay McCarthy might be that. He might be that guy. So this could be a win for the Vikings. They could get back on track with this win, take care of business, and we might see 9. 9 might show up, or it might be Caleb, who has now turned into this guy who says, wait, got you. Go out there on the field and come in there and toss the ball around, and they get the W. Then we got Jags and Chargers. Jags coming off a loss to the Texans. We all gave them credit. They're 5-4. Thought they were better than this. Chargers are trying to stay back in relevant form, 7-3. They need this win just to stay atop that thing because guess what? Broncos right there. Luckily, the Broncos have to face Kansas City, so that kind of helps the Chargers out. So Chargers must do their job. And you don't want to be looking back at this moment, week 11, saying we needed to beat the Jags and we needed Denver to lose so we can get there. Because trust me, these are playing out for the scenarios where we're going to start to see you didn't win this game. You lost this one needed. So trust me. Then we get to the real meat and potatoes, folks. The meats and potatoes. I'm talking about feed me some more. We got Seahawks and Rams. 2 of the best in the division. Going back and forth. We're going to settle this right now. Is it Stafford? Is it Darnold? Is it San Fran? Is it LA? Is it Seattle? We're about to settle it. Both coming in at 7-2. Seattle 4-0, Rams 3-1. Folks, this game is going to be epic. Between these two right here, I expect this to be epic because so many implications in this game right here. First place in the division, and trust me, the winner of this one might be battling for a chance to play in the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. Then we got who gonna get 3rd place in the division between Cardinals and the Niners. Well, Niners right now are 6-4. They get Brock Purdy back. They got a few pieces back. The Cardinals are coming in trying to find out what it is they're trying to do. Put it like this. We watched them. They fought. They got beat by the Seahawks. They did. But they did have some points. They had a few pieces. But they did get beat. But then but anyway, at 3-6, they need to win. If they can win, they can beat the 49ers some kind of way with Jacoby Brissett and upset the Niners. Well, let's just say they make a statement this week. And then, guys, we got Chiefs who are back from their little bye week, and the Broncos, who did not do a good job offensively against another division opponent last Thursday. But it's okay. My Patriots showed y'all how we play on Thursday nights. We did our job. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. However, Chiefs, Broncos, Chiefs, however you want to put it. But this is going to be a home field advantage for the Broncos if Bo Nix can show up and that offense can play to the level of the competition. Because it seems like they played down to the Raiders, but when they played the Giants, they dropped 33 in the 4th quarter. So this is a team that you can't really sleep on. However, it's a team where the Chiefs are not slouches. And at 5-4, they're on a mission. They pretty much got the roster back. They got the boys back in town. People got healthy, supposed to be. And guess what? They're coming. And they know the Chargers are 2nd place, so they got to knock down them. So if the Chargers were able to pull it off, Broncos lose. Now, Chargers first place, Broncos second place, Chiefs are right on there in heels with 6-4 and 8-2. So it's gonna get wacky in that AFC West, but the job has to get done at 325 between these two. And Monday night again, here we go. Back in prime time, we got the Raiders and the Cowboys. Why, Lord? Why? Cowboys coming off a needful rest. The Raiders, well, what are you guys going to do? You are at home. Tickets are $255 for this game. I hope you know that the spread is -3.5 on Dallas. You guys are not favored in this one. The Cowboys coming in 3-5-1 have not looked like the team that tied with Green Bay, have not looked like the number one offense since they started talking about that's the number one offense. So now, like Stephen A said, it went wrong and it went horribly wrong because they got upset by the Cardinals at home. And we're all like, whoa. I thought no Kyler Murray, Jacoby Brissett, y'all was going to get this, but sheesh, the Cardinals pulled off the upset. Now the Cowboys take the show on the road to Vegas to roll some dice and hope they don't crap out in this one, as the Raiders definitely need something to hold on to, because 2-7 is not where you want to be. And I understand that you're trying to figure out. You're trying to look. Geno's banged up. You don't really know. Kenny Pickett got it. You trade away Jacoby Myers to the Jags. Trey Tucker and the other guy over there, he's not clicking. You got Genty, you got Brock Bowers. Teams take Bowers away, you got to run Genty. Mayers, he comes through clutch, but you got to be able to keep the quarterback healthy. So this week is your Colts and the Saints are on bye weeks. Colts get a week off. Saints get a week off after their win in Carolina. Salute to them and Tyler Shuck. But folks, that is your game for this week. So we got Monday night, we got Raiders and Cowboys. Then we got the evening games, Broncos and Chiefs, Cardinals and 49ers, Seahawks and Rams. 12 o'clock slate, Chargers and Jaguars, Bears and Vikings, Texans and Titans, Buccaneers and Bills, Panthers and Falcons, Commanders and Dolphins, Lions and Eagles, Ravens and Browns, Steelers and Bengals, Packers and Giants. And Thursday night kicked off with a win by your New England Patriots, my New England Patriot, yes sir. The 9-2 New England Patriots, who got the W, 27-14. Setting up this week of NFL Fun Day, NFL punditry of NFL football. So this week should be an interesting week of football. Like I said, some of these games setting up a good narrative for if you don't win, you're going to look back at week 11. We're going to wonder how we got here. I'm going to tell you how we got here. You lost. Certain teams in division, you wonder why the NFL is setting this up like this. Pay attention to your schedule. Now, I'm going to ask you to go on our social and leave a comment. Also, follow us. And guys, tonight, we will be streaming Minnesota and Oregon on our Clutch Sports Media CFP Blitz, Friday Night Blitz. That is Clutch Sports Media College Football Blitz, baby. Minnesota Golden Gophers and the Oregon Ducks. Oregon Ducks need this game to stay in that 12-man hunt. Okay, so we're getting that college football starting to heat up too. So as we get ready for the transition over to the rest of the get ready for that. You ready? Remind you, stay tuned, stay clutch, and please like, follow, and sub, and go Pats. We'll be back with the Friday Night Blitz CFP stream. Right now, guys, we got 3-3 Oh, before we do get out of here, hold on. Before we do get out, we got 3-3 Clemson and Louisville. That's the first college football game they have on tonight. Louisville definitely needs this game. They need to stay in this because they lost last week. So, hey, we might as well get ready for some lively action this week, folks, because it's about to go down. You know what I'm saying? It's about to go down. Again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. And like I said, when we come back, we'll have Clutch Sports Media 365, the CFP Friday Night Blitz, Minnesota and Oregon. So stay tuned, stay clutch. We gone. Go Pats. Go Pats.